Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sarah and today's video is my Pan Those Shadows update. So I know that this video is kind of late and I haven't really been keeping up with my updates for this project, but I'm still doing this project. It's still going strong. I personally feel like I've been doing really well with it, so I'm super excited to share this update with you guys. Like I feel like I mentioned in every single video lately, life has been crazy. Things have just been kind of all over the place, and I just haven't had a chance to sit down and film this update for you guys. I've been prioritizing projects that are collabs in terms of filming, just so that I don't because if you're doing a project with other people on YouTube, it's kind of, you gotta upload when they upload, so this is why I haven't been able to sit and film an update for this project, is because I just haven't had time till now. So like I mentioned, I have been doing really well in this project, so I'm super excited to get into this update. So yeah, if you guys don't know what this project is, I will leave my previous videos for this project linked down below for you guys to check out. But basically, I am just rotating kind of randomly through all of my shadows and working on 6 at a time in order to hit pan on them. And then once I hit pan on a shade, I am able to roll it out and pick something new. So I'm also a little sick, by the way, so I hope that I don't know, my voice isn't like too awful to listen to right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get into this update. So in my last update, I did randomly select a Milani palette. And I think like a couple weeks after I filmed that update, I just realized that I didn't have any need for that particular palette. It was kind of cooler toned. I just looked at it and I was like, you know what, I have no desire to pan this. I have no desire to have this in my collection anymore, because it's just a palette that I felt like even if it was in a project, I wouldn't reach for it, just because, I don't know, there wasn't really much special about it. Like, I have those shades in other palettes that I like better, so I just didn't need it, and I decided, might as well declutter it instead of forcing myself to try and work on it. Like, I'd much rather try to pan some other shades. So I will be rolling in a new palette to replace that palette, and I'm actually going to be rolling in 2 palettes because I did hit pan on one of the other shadows that was in a palette. So, and just a reminder, even if you've already watched the intro to this, I have 3 palettes and 3 single shadows, and in those 3 palettes I pick 1 shadow from each to work on. So the shade that I hit pan on that was from one of my palettes is from the Maya Mia palette, and the eyeshadow that I was working on is this caramel shade right here, and hopefully you can see that there is a little baby pan in here. I will give you guys some like close-up pictures of this, but yeah, there's just a little bit of pan. It's an itty bitty baby pan, but I'm super proud. This took forever, I feel like, to hit pan on this. So I did actually start keeping track of the number of uses for each of these shades. Like, so every time I use one, I just make a little tally in my notebook. I do this for all of my projects now because I saw Christina Chang doing that on her channel, and I thought it was just a really great idea because it kind of motivates you. Like, you want to, make a tally mark next to the products and kind of see progress that way in terms of like number of uses. So I just thought that was a really great idea. So I started doing this a little bit after my last update for this project. So for this project though, unfortunately, because I started doing this after it started and even after, like a while after my last update, I don't have an accurate number of how many times I've used everything. I've used all of the shades like more times than I've actually tallied them, except for the ones going forward will be accurate, but the ones that I already had in this project, I don't have like an accurate count. But I do have it recorded for the ABH shade. I did use it 12 times that I have recorded, so it was definitely more times than that. This shade I was mostly using as a transition shade. The past 2 times that I used it, I actually was really like happy with how it came out. I used it in the crease and really blew it out, and then I put it on my lid as well. And I think that's actually how I ended up hitting pan on it, was because I had to really pack this product onto the lid to get it to kind of not be patchy. It's a really great transition shade, but It's not super, let me swatch it for you guys. I like forget to swatch things. But it's like, I don't know, it's a great transition shade, but it's not like super, super pigmented, if that makes sense. So I really had to build it up on the lid to get it not to be patchy. So it's right there. Sorry about the like mess on my hand, but yeah, it's that shade right there, and it's just, yeah, it's not super, super pigmented. So it really took a lot of product to be able to get it to like look nice on the lid. And then I did that 2 times, and the second time I actually layered a Colourpop shade over top of it, and I thought it looked really, really nice. Yeah, I will be rolling this palette out, and I'm super excited to see what I pull next. I'm kind of over like warm neutral looks or like rosy gold looks that I've been doing a lot lately. Like if you go back and look through some of my most recent videos, I feel like I'm wearing basically like a very similar look in all of my videos. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next 2 products, which are both Colourpop shades, and I actually hit pan on both of them, so I'm super excited. I know for the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, it is pretty easy to hit pan on them just because of how the pan is. So if you ever panned one, you know what I'm talking about. I did try to like occasionally not use it from the middle, but I feel like most of the time I was definitely going for the middle. I just can't help myself. So the first shade that I want to talk about is the shade Blaze, and as you guys can hopefully see, there is some pan in the center. Very exciting. And this one, like, I don't know, I definitely could have worn it down a lot more evenly. I feel like this one I mostly used in the center. It's also loose in the packaging, so it kind of, when I would like put my finger in around the edges, it would just kind of turn with my finger, so I couldn't really swipe and get like product off. I use my fingers to apply this, by the way. Yeah, so I felt like I had to kind of focus on the middle of this anyways, but I don't know, I was fine with that. I'm fine that it was kind of like an easier product to hit pan on because I want to get use out of all of my Colourpop shades, and I have so many that I don't think I would be able to use all of them up, so just hitting pan on them is kind of like good enough for me. Although this one and the other one I have in this project are getting very dry, so I kind of want to maybe put them in some projects later on this year and just see if I can like make better progress on them, and potentially use them up just because they are getting old. I know you can kind of like revive them, so I'm thinking I'll probably have to do that in order to finish them up, but both of these shades are not performing the way that they used to perform, so I had to use like a lot of product to really build up the color of them on the lid. Yeah, I only used these shades on the lid, so with both of them I just felt like I was getting a ton of use out of them because I had to like really pack on the shade for it to be as like intense as I wanted it to be. The second one that I have, I also hit pan on, and it is in the shade Sequin, and I'm just, I don't know, I'm pretty excited to have this one rolled out like more so than the other one. I don't know if you can see the pan, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a lot smaller than the other one, but yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm so tired of this shade. Like this combination with the with this color and the caramel shade from ABH, I just cannot anymore. Like I've done it so many times and I'm over it. And I did a really similar look just using Blaze on the lid and caramel in the crease as well, and again, I'm super over that look. So yeah, those shades I'm like super glad to have out of this project because yeah, I don't know, I got a lot of use out of them. But anyways, for the Colourpop ones, I did use Sequin 5 times that I have like listed, so at least 5 times. And then with the Blaze shade, I had 4 times. But it's, yeah, it's a ton more than that because I wasn't actually keeping track before, like I said. So I feel like I'm repeating myself a ton right now. The next shade I have is a single shade, and this is a Nabla shade, and I put it in this little Z palette. It's like really messy in here, but that's okay. I'm working on this in my Roulette Pan Collab project, and this one is in my 19 and 2019. So these were like all the single shadows that I'm working on that are in just their pans and not in like packaging. So I decided to throw them all together in this little Z palette. So So this shade right here, let me go ahead and swatch this for you guys. This is like definitely newer to my collection, so I don't have a pressing need to pan this shade. It's newer to my collection. I don't have a ton of shades that are very similar. This is like a duochrome, so I do have some that kind of look like this, but it's not like, it's not like a shade like Blaze, which is like, you know, you're just kind of basic like golden metallic shade. I don't really feel like the need to pan it, but I'm also like, it's fine that it's in this project. I would like to get use out of it, and I just don't mind that it's gonna probably be in this project for quite a while, if that makes sense. So I've only have one tally for this, but I know I've used it more than that. And when it was put into this project, it was brand new. Like, I don't think I've even used it or swatched it. So there is like weirdly a little dip already, if you guys can kind of see that, like where, you know, I don't know. It's not like a huge dip, but you can definitely tell like where I was putting my brush in when I use it. So I probably won't like focus in on that shade going forward, but I do kind of want to set myself a goal of using it at least 5 times between updates, if that makes sense. So yeah. And then the last shade that is in this project currently is from the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, and I decided to go ahead and pick this Warm Notes shade right here. And I'm kind of kicking myself for doing this because it's one of those like rosy shades, and it's a gorgeous shade, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it, but I'm tired of these shades right now. It's very similar to the Colourpop Sequin shade. That one's a little bit more of a rose gold, this one's more of a kind of pink. And I also have the shade Muse in my whole collection project pan, which is even more similar to this than Sequin is, so just kind of over those shades right now. I did pick it myself, so I randomly selected this palette, but I picked the shade myself, and that's the one I picked. I mean, I didn't have like a lot to choose from. There was really no option, like there was no getting around like a warm shade unless I picked like this, one of these 2 shades, and oops, I just wasn't feeling those. So that is currently what we're working with, but I do need to pull 4 new shades. From the palettes that I pull, if I can't decide on a shade that I want to pick, I'm just going to go ahead and randomly generate a number to pick the shade. I'm hoping for like some colorful shades, like some blues, maybe some greens, maybe a yellow, maybe an orange, like something a little bit more vibrant. But I'm assuming I'm probably gonna get a lot of neutral shades because that's like, I don't know, I have a lot of neutral palettes. So anyways, I'm going to be rolling these guys out, and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that the day is finally here that I get to roll all 3 of these out. Okay, so I will be right back. Alright, so I do have my jar that has all of the single shadows written down on slips of paper. I have decluttered a few of them, so I'm wondering, I might end up pulling one that I've already decluttered because I haven't gone through this to like pull the papers out. I was just gonna like do it as they come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick 2. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab these. And the 2 products that I picked. So I have a Makeup Geek shadow, and it is Peach Smoothie. So another warm, kind of neutral shade, which is okay though because I do need a transition shade like this to work on. I don't really have any that are in other projects, so that's good with me. All right, and then the next shade that I have is from MAC, and this is the shade Trax. So yeah, definitely not what I was hoping for, but I feel like it at least kind of goes better with these 2 shades, so I might be able to like do some looks with these and kind of maybe make progress on all shades at one time. Would be kind of cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these into this palette so that I have all of my single shades that I'm working on all together. All right, it's time to pick 2 palettes. So this is the part that I'm a little nervous about. I have decluttered a lot of my palettes as well, so again, if I get one that I've already decluttered, I will be obviously pulling a new one. Sorry, I like forgot English for a second. I just dropped a bunch. I don't think that's actually gonna do much, but anyways, so I'm just gonna pull out 2. I think I decluttered that one. So the one that I'm pretty sure I decluttered is the Morphe 12S. So it's like a smaller one, and I decluttered. I'm pretty sure I decluttered the Morphe palette, and if I didn't, it is one that I do want to declutter, so if I find it somewhere hiding, I will be decluttering it because I didn't, I'm pretty sure that I already did them. So, so I will be pulling another one, but the second one that I pulled is the Laura Geller Southampton Classic palette, so I'm gonna go grab that. All right, so this is the palette, and honestly, I don't even know why I bought this, but so it has a blush and a bronzer in it, and then it's just got like 4 shades right here. I've never even used this palette. I just thought it would be kind of like, I don't know. I honestly don't know why I bought this. I'm kind of thinking like maybe I should just declutter it, but I did swatch, sorry, that's like really bad, but I did swatch the blush and bronzer and like a couple of the eyeshadows and that blue shadow, and honestly the blue shadow is the like only shade that I like. But I feel like I have a shadow like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm going to pull 2 other palettes. I know it's like so ridiculous, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna give myself like a couple days to do this, but I'm going to declutter this and just find a dupe for this blue shade, because I know that I have to have one, and honestly, like the other things that are in this palette I just don't need. Like I have stuff like this already, and I would feel like, I don't know, I'm sure like a friend would be able to get a ton more use out of this, or like if I donated it, because it's very like gently swatched. So honestly, I don't know why I bought this. I really don't. Like I said, I did a lot of decluttering, so I kind of feel like I don't actually have this many palettes. I think I just pulled 2 other palettes that I decluttered. So I have the Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral palette, which was in a project last year, and I don't know, I couldn't find it. Like I couldn't find it. Because I was looking for it because I want to film the video where I show you guys all of the things that I've hit pan on, and I've hit pan on a shade in that palette, and I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if I still have it. And then this next one is the Crown Warm palette that I got in a, I don't actually know what it's called. It's like a warm toned palette that was in a BoxyCharm, and I think I decluttered it because I had so many things that were like that, and I decided to declutter it, and I don't think I have it anymore. 2 new palettes, here we come. 3rd time's a charm. Alright, I have 2 palettes that I know for sure that I have. So I have the ABH Prism Palette and then the Juvia's Place, the Saharan palette. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those. First one is the Juvia's Place Saharan palette, and this is what it looks like. So I'm definitely not gonna go for that shade or that shade, but I'm thinking maybe this shade right here, which is Kia. Yeah, so that Kia shade, or maybe Jamila, I don't know. Or Sequoia right here, that red shade maybe. Like I know that would be kind of hard, but I'm kind of feeling a challenge, so excuse you. She's trying to take down my tripod. She's like, you're done filming. Pay attention to me. So I'm gonna put this to the side for a second and kind of look at the ABH palette. So I have the Prism palette right here, and oh my gosh, so many colors to choose from. I can't do this. I really do enjoy this palette. Wow, I feel like I actually got a lot more use than I thought that I had used it, but so like I want to randomly generate a number to like randomly choose one because I can't choose, but also I'm like worried that it's gonna like give me like a neutral or something, and like I'd rather have like a fun color. I think I need to like put it into Fate's hands and just let it choose for me. I can't choose. There's like too many good options. So the Prism palette has 14 shades. So I'm gonna do 14. And I'm gonna go ahead and randomly generate, before I do that. So it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, you know, and then, so it'll go this way and then down like that. So I'm gonna randomize and 9. Okay, let me, of course, this backfired in my face. So the 9th shade in here is the shade Parallel. So I guess, you know, you have to have some neutrals, you know, so that's what our color story is looking like. I still feel like it goes with the shades though, so I think I can use these shades together, which is good. If I'd chosen like a, I don't know, like really bright color or something, I might not be able to do that. But for the Saharan palette, there are 12 pans in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and randomly generate a number between 1 and 12. So 11. So, oh man, this really backfired, you guys. I should have just chosen myself, but this is the shade Lulu, so go ahead. Feels like not how I thought it was gonna feel. And I feel like I just replaced Sequin, to be honest. Like that's the shade that I feel like this reminds me of. So this is the color story I've got for this project going on. I do have like other shades and other projects. So like today I'm wearing the green shade that I am doing for my Roulette Pan collab. So at least I have some color to work with. And I can always like, you know, use colorful shades with like the shades that I'm panning too. So I'm like, I feel like I'm not as limited as I make myself feel, if that makes sense. And on the plus side, I think that these shades do kind of go together, so I can probably get like some good use out of them all together. Like I don't think I'd use all of them all at the same time, but yeah, I feel like I do think that like I can use them in combination with each other for like most looks. So alright, so that is it for this pan, those eyeshadows updates. I'm hoping that I can have some good pan for you guys in my next update, and what I am going to do is I'm going to try to plan my next update to be 6 months from this video, so to kind of get myself back into filming it consistently. Although I never really was being consistent about it, but still. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I didn't mention this in the beginning of the video, but I do want to mention this just in case you haven't seen my other 2 videos, but I was inspired to do this project because of Alexy. I saw her doing it on her channel, and I think she's done it for like 2 years, and then she's kind of switched over to doing like a pan that palette instead. But I was just really inspired by her doing this project. It just seemed like a really good way to rotate through shadows and make some progress on them. So a big shout out to her. I will leave her channel linked down below. So I know a ton of other panners on YouTube are doing this project as well. So I will try to kind of just get a list of people that I'm subscribed to that I know do this project, and I will leave their videos, like their intros down below or something. So if you want to check out more of these types of projects, you can. So my dog is getting a little restless, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!